HUD, everything's new. We're back on LAN, and here we go. Bad news bears on the CT side, Mousesports over on the T side. The 1x bet odds at the top of your screen favoring Mousesports heavily. And he's looking to play contact to the smoke and get in towards me. And it'll be Jonji looks to defend. He's at CT vent. His teammates coming up into heaven. Jonji has to deliver. He's found the bomb first. Goes in for a second, but he couldn't quite line it up. And Bimas and Frozen have got kills back. Mousesports dueling back and...
There's a chance that Bad News Bears can fight for the site initially, but that bomb has now been planted, and Pete can't take his chance to get the early kill.
That would have been a huge kill into this retake, especially with that kit in his back. They can have time to play with Spongy, though. Double kill coming in, runs out of ammo, and now it's all onto Robs. We talked about him in the pregame. We know he could be the talisman of this Mousesports team, but there's a kit on that bomb and the headshot from...
As he peeks on up. Ooh, spots the player and eventually gets the kill he was looking for. Nearly made it a second, but Rops will have to back away. It's looking good for Bad News Bears to lock this one down.
Shigzola, just about to get some money, but luckily Swisher comes in behind with the XM shotgun as well. And Spongy decided to take a more long-range fight, down, and we're into a 4v4. These Deagles can definitely get nasty, but luckily Jonji picking up the rest of the scraps. Dexter and Bimas both down, and Rob's now walking to his death as well. It's just Frozen up on top of man with the Deagle in hand. Bomb down there as well, and Jonji realized get caught out here. He's likely to be traded in this position. Now they're coming over the top. Good quick headshot, smoke down to allow the fallback, and he just about gets around the corner. Bimas nearly gets the trade kill, but it's not going to be enough. And PTR is off to a flying start.
Such a quick shot as well. And you wonder if that's where the line comes into play when you have to get the kill that quickly. Jonji will be traded on yards, so there is access towards this A-bomb site. And Frozen's found another. Shakespeare needs to step up on the hold, and he only gets one kill. It's PTR left in the clutch, and Mouse have turned it round.
Well, PTR has to do everything now. We've talked about his individual performance. Will he be rolling back the years? He's got to find two, Robs and Bimas. Rob's 100 HP, but it doesn't exactly matter when you've got this AWP. There's a lot invested into this one, and PTR is going to go for it, but Rob's held the iron goal in that second smoke across. And as the top site hit again, Robs has run out in towards vent. Now looking down into the vent, Robs just gets another kill. There's another one there, Robs. He goes back again. Just back and back he goes, getting kills each time. It down has a very good spot here to spot the heads coming over the top. Not really a fallback position. It comes down to the timing. Jonji's come in behind. Aiko and Bimas both down. And Mousesports, this gun round has come to a crippling end so far. Unless Dexter and Robs can pull off a comeback in 25 seconds to get that ball back, and that just isn't going to happen. Bad news bears with a great round. Grid away
ahead and takes that risk, pushes behind them down secret. He gets the timing.
The Mousesports are heading outside, and Jonji goes for a risk play again. It gets him one kill, but he's traded out immediately.
Solid flash work, and now Swisher wants to get aggressive.
He's going to drop back and reposition inside of the side. He can play with Swisher, but Shigzola goes down as well as Swisher. Quick kills from Moussports, and now suddenly it's PTR and Spongy trying to make it work. This flank of the AWPer. Oh, Acor's turned around at the wrong time, and PTR, it looked like he had a
great kill on Yard initially, and then Acor also helping. Did a really good job considering how hard of a position he was in. Mousesports playing that round nice and patiently, but we've still got to buy from the Bad News Bears.
We do, but we're down to the final pennies in the coffer, right? There's not much left here for Bad News Bears. If they want to keep up this closely contested beginning to the first half, they've got to win this one. Otherwise, money's gone and Mousesports likely start taking the lead significantly. Jonji's been very confident towards outside. He's taking a lot of those outside fights, this time spraying through the smokes. They're really trying to do a lot of damage and try and pick off a player with that outside execute. They're going to hear these footsteps going down on the B side. PTR gets over towards ramp, but he stops Robs from getting involved in that lurk. And now Mousesports, they've all got down secret, and they have to go through decon. Bad News Bears have a couple of players in this B-bomb side as well. PTR is holding for decon, but he's got rifle support above him on the rafters. PTR might just be neutralized by the utility, but the rifle's still in a good spot. They have to check him out here, and Spongy doesn't get a single kill. PTR now holding from ramp. He's got to deliver something. Otherwise, this might just be a save call coming in for Bad News Bears unless they get a couple of kills quickly. Mouse have stuck themselves in deep on this B-bomb side. It's hard to get them out of the peek around the corner. Eventually, this retake has to happen if they're going to go for it. And now the kills start to come in for Frozen. He's wiping them up. Jonji and Swisher down, and it has to be the save call. Bad News Bears with not enough time. And it's around, guys. This is incredible. Ooh. And now the play onto the site. Bimas and Frozen getting a couple of quick kills. Switches come through with just one on the Deagle, but the rest of the kills coming in for Mousesport. That orb still in the hands of PTR, so definitely a valuable weapon to think about.
PTR to try something slightly more aggressive in one of these rounds. Oh, okay, Spongey's tapping the bomb. I don't think they're going to fall for it. Yeah, Frozen's ready. He's going to spot the player.
I love it. Molotov is not spread to him, so he's going to stay up in the window room. No one's looking for it. He could deny the plant right now. Bimas, he's going to go down. No denial of bomb plant, but certainly a kill. But Frozen and Robs getting the kills quickly. And now Acor holding for that decon swing. He knows there's a rifle there, but he misses the shot. Not come in for Acor. PTR's landed a headshot of his own. Robs is out of play. Oh, he turns around, and Acor just about gets the kill. And Frozen seals.
It quickly gets slammed on them. That's a sick shot from A to the A site. And it comes in at the perfect time, right? Mousesports are pushing A as the flank arrives, so that
might just find an opportunity, but Shikzola is the player that cracks things open. Rob's trying to get through Squeaky Door and loses his life quickly. Oh, Shikzola's going to walk into him, and Frozen's going to get the kill. Maybe some patience would have paid off there for Shikzola, but now more pressure again on PTR. He's going to go down immediately. Quick headshot. That's those lands. He's just got the worst timing to look away. Sponge is going to have to do a lot more. Luckily, he has an Incinerator. Does get spotted. Shots ring out. And now PTR brings himself over to try and fight with the orb, but he gets there a little too late. And because of that, Bimaster and Robs get both kills and open up the ramp for him completely. They start their sprint competition.
Can he keep up with some of these
the A site? They can try and force away Jonji, and now the drop down into main has come in. Frozen's got away with a kill. PTR was not looking, he was not ready, and he misses the shots in the follow-up. Frozen just tearing them to pieces on this A attack, and finally another couple of kills from Mousesport. It's all onto Spongy coming back in from heaven. AWP looking to peer down in towards the A bomb site. Retaking with an AWP is never easy, especially from heaven with no kit on his back. He's got to try and find some quick kills. Luckily, quick onto Acor, but it's two below him, and Rob's going to hit the head. Second, Mousesports on the defense.
I think they adapted really well. They switched up their game plans really well on that T side. And now heading into CT, Mouse starting strong with Frozen finding the early kill. Bimas catches one in midair. Bad news, Bears already getting picked off early, and Rox is waiting, but he gets run down. And that opens the door to this B site.
That's a nut shot from Jonji coming in, and now 3v3. Bad news Bears with a real chance here. Dexter's going to swing open the double door, try and run in, but Spongy with a headshot. Good night, Dexter. Acor and Bimas now really looking to try and recover this from Mousesport. Bomb ticking. Acor coming back in. He's going to try and spot out Swisher up on top of the site. He's done a good job there, finding one. They got to move quite quickly, though. Swiftly back in. They got to cut through the post-plant defense. Mousesport don't have too much time here. They got to go. Finally, a couple of fights starting to come in, but they want the fights quicker than that. And it's looking good here for Bad News Bears if they can just hold on for a few more seconds. Acor's going to try and bring the fight to them, and that's a quick headshot, but the door is closed. Spongy's going to hide behind it. Defuse starting to come in on the other side, and Spongy's trying to fight them. Defuse just saying help. The door just closes right in front of his face, and Spongy comes in, just getting the ground for Mousesport. Could still change though, and he's in the smoke, and that will cause a few problems. Quick kill. Shikzola's coming with the MAC-10, and now the cross towards outside starts to come through, but that gap on the smoke, Acor able to take it, and the shot lands on the way.
Here comes Robs in on the big flank. He's got to be ready for PTR, though, who's still sitting at yard, but PTR's got his back turned. It's a freebie for Robs, and it's looking good for a round for Mousesport right now.
Yeah, Robs can upgrade to the Galil as well. This has not been the second round the Bad News Bears would have been hoping for. Bomb plant does come through. Now they need the kills, and Dexter's so quick on the Deagle. All on Spongy. He's found one quick headshot. He's going to be back up in the rafters. Tries to fake. He's broken up the window. Now looking for a second fight. He does well there to snap onto the head of Dexter, but there's just too many down as well. Robs now moving closer with his AUG. Getting closer and closer into the site. They're going to try and play a crossfire between Cubby and up on top of these rafters. And Robs' position is often spammed, but no kill has come through yet. And they're just going to be biding their time on both teams. Bad News Bears getting into a better position for the attack out into the site. The Robs and Acorn know they can just hold. They've got a good setup to deal with this, and now it starts to come through. It's one from Acorn. He's distracted away from Robs, who's easily taken two. He now looks for the third, but couldn't quite figure out where Swisher was. He thought there was going to be another opponent elsewhere, and because
He can just fall back at ramp. Now he comes back into ramp just as Swisher takes the fight against his teammates. Mousesport's not giving away anything unnecessarily, and then Dexter comes back into ramp, which they're all the right moves right now.
yeah, the disciplines. Dexter's going to go for a little bit of a walk into Hut. He wants to start taking some fights against the weaker pistols. Here's the clicks of the clocks as they come around the corner. Dexter padding the stats, and now up to 10. That's how you do it.
There you go, that's how you get...
The timing hasn't quite worked for Frozen to be able to get that free kill, and now the attack into the side, but Dexter's taking another double. 3K from Dexter, this time up against the rifles. That's more like what you want to see from Dexter. And PTR is now alone. He's had a clutch already, but he has to do it again. This time without his trusty AWP, this time without the element of surprise. He's got 3 players to find with this Galil, and it just isn't.
From a somewhat precarious position here, but you can see the early Hut play getting countered, even though he's blinded free.
Some money for the next round. It's a quick play out, squeaky door. Acorn's been able to dispel Spongy almost immediately. So they're down a player. Now the quick reply is to try and go back into ramp, but it doesn't get easier for you because now you've got Robs to try and take out a play. Luckily, they offset his crosshair, and Robs is going to have to try and pick up the rest of the scraps, and he's only managed 1 kill, but luckily Dexter comes over for a double. And it's all on PTR. Step up in the last round with the rifle. So maybe with the ult, this is the way to close it out. There's a quick flight from Bad News Bears. They run it in towards this A site. Shigzola's been able to take one. Chonchi in with a second. It doesn't look like they're done here. The Bad News Bears coming into the A site with Storm. As Acorn with the no-scope kill on the Spongy, that's really started to draw this back. Bad News Bears not looking all that likely, but if they can eliminate every weapon, that's not going to be a good buy in the next round for Bad News Bears at all. And there we go. All the kills start to come through. It's just Shigzola. He'll survive with his AK. Inspire me. It doesn't give me much confidence.
My God. On the vent, no scope. Okay, Acorn.
That's nuts.
Sure. Why not? Man, it's just all Galils.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just, they could have got AKs out, but they feel like utility's more important here. Well, let's see. It's not the best buy to close things out. Acorn hasn't been able to take the first kill, but Dexter will. The Molotov burns away Chonchi. The leg shot came in and dished out enough damage to make that Molotov lethal, and the bomb's been caught on the crossover. Frozen's been able to find it. Quick reply from Shigzola. He's going to get a second as well. Acorn, but he's not looking the right way. Dexter able to take the headshot, and now that's the bomb.
Swisher swings open the doors, but again, no bomb for him, so no real need to go onto the B site. He's got to go back for that bomb, and the time is against him. 25 seconds. It will slowly start to creep in. That's a good kill onto Dexter. He could get that bomb back, but he's still got to find his way to his side safely, and finally the flank comes.